Hello! I've missed multiple opportunities to tap that booty because I was raised with societal values that are dying off. Okay, so there's this girl I really liked for a while, and she'd always date these kind of fuckboys, and just so irritating. It's so dumb. I get stuck in my fantasies and draw pictures of girls I like and shit. It's so dumb. So at the time I didn't realize there was an incentive, I guess. I used to smoke a lot. I brought some dab over. Can't believe I'm talking about this. I just want to be able to do whatever I could to hang out with this girl. I smoked at the time, so it just was convenient, but smoking gives me really bad anxiety and I kind of just shut down and stop talking, and it's just all around bad. For me, that is. Other people, you know, everyone's different. So I go over there and show up, we start smoking and everything's fine. I love her dog Maisie, and then her mom was there wanting to hang out and like inspect me the whole time or something. I don't know, it's kind of to make it not as awkward, but I'm kind of awkward. And her mom kept insinuating things like, hey, I'm pretty hungry. You know, I was just kind of in my head and I didn't even want to really talk to her. I just wanted to hang out with the girl I liked. And dude, her mom just kept pushing it and it got more and more annoying. And she's like, I'm really hungry for Taco Bell. I like Taco Bell. I don't even eat fast food. I think fast food's disgusting, to be honest. It got to the point where it was building up to the point where I'll never forget this. It's so annoying. It's hilarious. She thought I wasn't getting what she was trying to insinuate. She wanted me to take her and her daughter out to go get food. Her mom is just such a witch, dude. It's so disgusting. I'll never forget it. I'm hungry. Like some shit like that, dude, like dead on. It was just irritating. It got really annoying and I just kind of shut down and just stopped talking. It is really true that if you don't fully love yourself, you cannot love others. If you don't feel confident in your own abilities, you will lose every time. And I learned that the hard way. Anyhow, she ended up going off to go to her room and go to sleep. Like, well, I'm gonna go to sleep then. And the most annoying part I won't forget was she took me to her room and she's like, here, come on. I went to her room, ended up just sitting on her bed and just didn't talk, didn't speak, didn't say anything, and kind of just sat there. And then I just sat there and I should've fucked you when I had the chance to. I'm not a virgin. I've been with other girls before, but I don't even really care. Sex is whatever, you know. I want to find like a genuine relationship, and most people are just out there looking for a fling and a fuck, and it's disgusting. I'm probably a lot better off that I didn't even touch someone like that, because she's not even worth my time. And it's funny too, I'll never forget, she said something too, and we got in an argument. She stopped talking to me altogether and just completely ignored me. I just got really sad about it for a while because I really liked this girl. It's whatever. Like, it reminds me of that song. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. Hey, what are you doing? This motherfucker. Meow, 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 meow. He's the one going after my attention, okay? There was this other time too, like a few months back, and there's another girl. We've had some bad times, we've had some good times. Her grandmother died, so I went over to her house because she was like really sad and wanted me to come over. Dude, it was the most awkward thing I think I've ever experienced. I show up, no one was there, it was just me and her, and that's a rare occurrence. That's the first time. It's just the number one thing I find really annoying about women is like, they use subtle unconscious hints to like, oh, I want to get fucked, but why can't you just say it? Why can't you just tell me like, hey, I want you tonight? You know, that I would have at least understood instead of all this subliminal bullshit. That is so annoying. I was raised with Christian moral values and stuff. I'm not fully Christian anymore now, but I have my views, I have my beliefs. That's for a whole different conversation. I don't know. It's just, I feel like I've been lied to my whole life and believing these fantasies of the mind of like, oh, we're meant to live this way and this is a roadmap for how life should be lived. And those old ways are dying off, especially because of the technological advancements of the internet and spreading a higher level of the collective consciousness. this one place where all of mankind's thoughts are connected in one place for us to understand what's going on. You know, it's interesting because girls and guys, they can say and think what they want, but I have a hypothesis that body language in itself is entirely separate and just has more validity in nature versus nurture. It is what it is, you know. I'm learning how to try to be more animalistically dominant in my approach. I don't know how to emphasize this even more. I love language and I'm trying to learn other languages and stuff, and these things excite me. It's interesting because you can look at all the different languages, but it seems to be true that in the most logical sense, where language is just making sounds that we add subjective interpreted meaning to. You know, how everything's subjective individually. In an animalistic sense, we are to procreate and continue on. The older I get, I'm getting more jaded and bitter by life, feeling like the concept of love is just more and more disappearing, and everything I once thought was not a reality. In a more positive note, I really loved this one video that talked about what love is, and love is like a longevity of a bond in a relationship between two people that they have and they share, and the experiences that they share with each other, really, because love is, it can be interpreted just like anything can be interpreted in an infinite amount of probabilities. Scientifically, it's like, you know, chemicals for us to procreate, and then philosophically it's all this other whatever you want to paint to say what love is. Guess that really got really deep, but it's true. And the truth is, when I go out and socialize and go out to a dance or a party or a club or the bar, it just proves itself time and time after again how there is an unspoken and very unconscious dominance and submissiveness with men and women, and that's just a fact. That's a biological fact. But of course, there's majority and minority, and oh my gosh, I'm going off onto so many different topics. I have a lot to talk about, but I'm a truth seeker and I want to know what's real. What is the scenario and the situation at this very moment, and how do we define, label, and understand and interpret this through sociology, psychology, anthropology? I'm very interested in the study of humans and why do we do the things that we do, or understanding the mind itself. Overall, I think your heart and what you feel and your intuition will guide you best through the connection of meeting other potential partners. If you overthink everything, you'll keep bashing your head into a wall, because overanalysis robs you of happiness, and it's very true. It's a double-edged sword, because I'm gonna use knowledge to my advantage, and other situations where socially it's generally not as exciting. And why do we have to care about the generalization or the majority? Well, I think everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be loved, to be fit in somewhere. So when you look at the majority versus the minority, that's how you should go about labeling things. But look at both sides. The big movement that has been going on is there's an agenda of pushing the minority and trying to bring minority groups into the majority. I'm actually very much for a lot of that. I think we should be more compassionate and loving towards all people, no matter what they do, no matter what you go for. This is a quote that I've said. I love all people individually, you know, unless they like piss me off or something. But for the most part, I love all people individually, but in the crowd, we cling to what's comfortable. A viable sense, we are very tribal in our nature. You know, the best thing that you can do is find different social cliques and groups and go after what you want to become. Have your alone time, pull back from the societal matrix and find yourself, but also come back in and be like, you know, a cycle of socializing and regathering who you want to be. Because it's, you know, like that saying, the common most 5 people you spend your time around with, you become a direct reflection of them. There's a lot of unconscious influence that lurks. And this is why there's so much hatred and racism in the world, because people don't want to be infected by other ideologies. And that's a whole nother conversation. That gets really deep and philosophical as well. I definitely have a lot of videos and plans and ideas I want to do for my channel. And if you guys are interested in any other topics, or you want me to talk about anything, post down in the comments below, and I'll respond the best that I can to you guys, and I hope you look forward to more of my future content. Please like and subscribe. Overall, I think I was just really kind of venting about these two scenarios that happened. I mean, now it's just like, I don't even care, but you know, you fail forward in life. I've had some really great wisdom passed to me. I'd rather have you create 10 just kind of mediocre, okay, so-so things than create one really good thing. And that's so true in a lot of ways, because overall life is about experience. And the more you go through the struggle and go through life and go through the grind and go through experience, the closer you will be to success. And hopefully learning through those experiences patterns of what generally can be successful. What's up, girl? I'm a sad boy that likes emo music when I was in high school, and now I like Joji music because romantic garbage is what saved my life.